My mom and dad were, how should I say it? They wanted me to be a man and serve my country,
Yes.
but they didn't want to see me going in the Air Force. They thought probably that we should defend our country in Canada. But I knew for one that we didn't want to fight no war here. That we'd be better to go fight a war over there and try and stop it over there instead of coming here. In our trips in the Wellington, we never came in contact with any of the enemy direct, although it had some flak directed at us. And I think the flak may have hit our hydraulic system, and we ended up having to crash land our Wellington.
That must have been a scary moment, I guess.
That was scary.
Wow.
And then they crash landed. We landed on our wheels, and because they didn't have brakes, the pilot pulled up the undercarriage, and we skidded off the end of the runway. And off the end of the runway, they torn down or cut down apple trees, and the stumps are still there. And the bottom of our aircraft was torn apart in shreds by the stumps, of course. So you never seen
So did you think that might be the end of your life?
A bunch of crew members leave an aircraft after
yeah.
their life.
Yeah. So then what happened after?
We crash landed off the end of the runway, and right away, as soon as we got away from the aircraft, back to the flight deck, they put us off on board another aircraft and sent us right back up. That was the first thing they did, always.
Harry, what was your impressions of King George and the Queen and Queen Elizabeth at the time? And I think you were saying their two daughters were there, Princess Elizabeth and Margaret.
The two princesses were there with them. They were teenagers at the time, of course. The Queen took time to speak to me personally. Spent quite a bit of time.
She was kind of a short lady, wasn't she?
No, she was as tall as me.
Okay.
Of course, I was 5. No, she wasn't as tall as me. I don't know. Maybe with her heels on, I suppose.
Okay.
But to me, I thought she looked my height or anything. Of course, I did my kowtow and bits if I were supposed to, and kissed her hand, and she says to me, "Oh, you're Canadian." Of course, I'm wearing my Canada flashes, and I'm on the RAF station, so I'm a rarity for the Queen the King and Queen at that particular time. And she said, "Oh, so you're Canadian, eh?" And she said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Windsor, Canada." She says, "Oh, we were there in 1939. I said, "Yes, ma'am. I was watching you when you were coming in on the back of the train in Windsor." So she says, "What brings you to England?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, I joined the RCAF and I'm here to fight the war with the rest of you." And she thanked me ever so much profusely for we Canadians would take time to come to help defend our Britain. And I stated to her, "Not only Britain, man, we're protecting our own country."
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember saying that to her.